respect the flag. That's all I can say. Basically, I'm just going to put together a cat tree. Obviously, that's Kosh. You don't see him too much on camera. Usually stays up in Michael's. But he keeps wanting to come down to the garage so he can see. He'll be up at the hole up there where the ductwork's going to go, and he'll stick his head through there and meow. So I thought, well, if I bring him down here, get him down here and see how he does. And he was exploring, and now he's just chilling. So anyway, this cat tree here is already partly put together. I didn't even think about starting from scratch, to be honest with you. And people do. People put together videos on putting stuff together. So you can see, and there's bright eyes, one that you picked up, of course, and my head's chopped off. I'm not picking you off. Alright, this is a PCT18 cat tree. I didn't even think about recording it from the start. I really don't know why. I don't think about it. That's actually why. Hopefully you can see this. The screen is so small I can't really see too good. Anyway, you will have the taller ones, as you can see, down at the bottom there. There's four. This isn't the tallest. There's four taller ones like this. They go on your base plate, which has the name, which I cannot say, so I will show you the name. We'll zoom in here. That is the name. I have no idea how to say that. Not even going to try. So you figure it out. But anyway, it's pretty heavy. It's hard for one person to even pick it up. Anyway, the idea of the cat tree here is the cats spend so much time down here. They're always stealing my seat. Kosh is in my seat right now. They're always stealing my seat. They lay on top the sandblasting cabinet box. Not the cabinet itself, it's still boxed up, crated up. They lay on there. So I figured, well, why not get them a cat tree? There's a cat tree up in Michael's, two cat trees up in Michael's. I have one in the family room. I have one up in the master bedroom. So I figured, hey, why not have one out in the garage? Because these guys come in and out of here so much. But right now, Kosh is the only one in here. I think all the rest are outside. Maybe they're upstairs at Michael's. I'm not really sure. So anyway, I should have showed this from the beginning so people could see how to put this thing together. So sorry about that. Anyway, at the bottom here, there's four of the longer tubes. They go on the bottom first, obviously. You put that on first. And I'll show you the screws. These are the screws you use here for it. It comes with a little hex head wrench also, so you don't have to worry about needing any of your own tools. Anyway, these go on the bottom, thread up through the bottom into the tubes. Then once you get those in place, you can see, I don't have any loose ones. These are double-ended, threaded. So you thread one of each of these here into your bottom tube after you get it on there. Then you put your shelf on. Then you screw the shorter ones, there's four short tubes. You thread that into that, on the bottom, and then you put another one, each one, so it's pretty simple. You just screw these in. You don't have to torque them down or anything. Once you tighten everything up, obviously you're good. So there's actually 8 of those. So you put your bottom shelf on, then your mid shelf, Then once that's on, you thread the small ones. You know, these, because there's holes in the bottom of these that are threaded. This has a stud on it. Because this goes up on top. So there's different positions for different parts, obviously. Don't need to explain that. So anyway, it's relatively simple. You got your shelf, then you put another shorty on there, your shorties. This one here is kind of a pain to put together. There's four, or that one there's three of these short tubes, skinny tubes. I think the camera needs to go up a little bit. It might be cut my head off. Anyway, there's three of these that go in here. And again, you use these same bolts to thread it through the bottom and through the top. Then you also, there's a real short one of these tubes. Up in here, there's two really short ones, so that's self-explanatory. One bolts on the center board here. You put the screw down through it. Another one screws into the top board here from underneath. Screws in, then another screw goes into that. So it's pretty simple. You can read the directions. I don't. Four longest tubes go on the bottom. Then you put four of your shortest tubes. Well, there's one that's really short, but the one with the cat scratching rope on it, there's 8 of those, 4 on the bottom. Put your 2 side shelves on, put your shorties on, put your top shelf in place, which I obviously have already done. You can see the screw on quite easily. And the only ones that you really have to me, that you really have to use the Allen wrench for is these straight bolts. So that you have to do. But all these here, you know, once you tighten these down, you know, you just tighten them. So pretty simple. That one's already tight. Then, so anyway, all in all, it's pretty simple. Not very difficult to do. What's nice too, as you can see, it has a little cubby hole here. That's the round cubby hole. And then this one here, here's a bigger cubby hole. Obviously you can see that. So, ow, smashed my finger. So that one basically gets hung up. Same thing. There's the short tubes, I'll show you here. This is just a scratching thing for it. There's a couple of brackets. You screw, you know, you can see the 2 holes here where it's threaded. That ends up fastening, sitting down there like that. I don't have that on any of the cat trees. I mean, you could put them on, but they get more in the way than anything. Trying to get the leg out of here. But this thing is pretty heavy. It's not a lightweight, but of course what makes it heavy is the fact they use, there we go, they use particle board. Who doesn't, right? The tubes are cardboard. So it's price-wise, I can't remember how much it is, to be honest with you, but cat trees are expensive. So I know the cats will use it out here, so I just wanted to give you a general idea. There's cat, like I was saying, these here are tricky to put in sometimes, because you got to get the holes lined up perfectly in order to got out there and screws right. So there's pre-drilled holes everywhere you need a hole. But like I say, sometimes these inside ones, you got to move them around quite a bit until you're able to line it up. You think you have it lined up, but you really don't. That one went in pretty easy. Holes in the bottom also, 4 holes, all the holes are pre-drilled. Put the hex head through it. And not sure if I got that or not. I think I did. Nope, didn't thread. Okay, there we go. I think I got it this time. Nope. That's what I say. These things are kind of a pain because you're trying to find the hole. The threaded, part is not the easiest thing to do. You think you have it, then you don't. Nope. So that, believe me, that can be a pain in the ass. There we go. But if you want to do a YouTube video on it, because people put videos up on assembling different things and throwing stuff on the floor. So I figure, hey, not very many people will watch it, and I understand that. Who wants to watch somebody put together a cat tree, right? But there are people that watch YouTube videos on how to assemble things. The owner's manuals in like multiple languages. But I'm not really big on directions, to be honest with you. I was just kind of figure it out as I go. And yeah, I've made errors on different things, but it always works out. A board, right? What I'll do is I'll pause it while I put these other 4 in, and then I'll start it back up again. Real life adventures, man. Stuff falling everywhere. So I'll pause it, and then I'll come back to it. Okay, I got all the supports on the inside of this. 4 screws on the top, 4 on the bottom. You can see it's this particle board, which is basically sawdust glued together. That's what makes it heavy, is the glue and it's sawdust. You'll see there's a hole here. There's another hole here. Basically, you want to screw down through this hole here, this one here, and it goes all the way through. There's a hole here, goes all the way through into, oh, Bright Eyes is in there. I put it together right, the cats are already using it. Hey, sweet, I didn't know you was in there. Anyway, there's a tube at the top of this. Hopefully I have it centered. Find out here. Oh, not quite. Once I get it centered. Okay, yeah, there we go. There's 2 holes in this board here. I'm not sure why, to be honest with you. They probably use it for a different cat tree, so they make some of the parts the same. Because you can't offset this, you have to use the center hole. So I really don't, like I say, it's probably for another cat tree, because there's different variations of this. But anyway, you shove your screw through, and people don't want to see the back of my head. And you find your hole, which is somewhere. Not the easiest thing to spot. Alright, baby, where you at? Okay, I was definitely off. I'm working on it, people. So you can see it doesn't always go. Okay, there's a hole there. There we go. In the hole. Yeah, okay. Kind of hard to find. Anyway, there's the hole. And this one here, hold this one, and this one to hold the top the beds. We'll put those on in a minute. There we go. And he comes out. People don't want to see your back, I know. Not if you use a wrench to tighten that, but anyway, the beds. The studs are already in all three of these, and basically you just thread these on there. Pretty simple. Doesn't mean I can do it right. Okay. There we go. Simple, right? I got a stud in here that needs to get moved. Oh, anyway, these are the double-ended threaded studs that you use. Pretty simple. You figure there's, I forget how many of these there are, to be honest, I didn't count them. But 4 go in the bottom, 4 go in the mid. Here, no. The 2 outside corners do. This corner here, you can see because you don't need a stud on that. You just use one of the hex head. Pretty simple. Trying to line it up is a whole other story though. That's the hardest part, is lining it. It's trying to get everything lined up. Alright, baby, where you at? And that could be a pain, as you can see. Trying to get it all lined up. I know it's there somewhere. Alright, baby. Come on, man. As Joe would say. Come on, man. I'm the president. I didn't win it fair and square. Right, people don't want to see political stuff and how to put together a cat tree. When it comes time to tighten these, I snug them up. I don't torque them or, but one person's snug is not the same as another person's snug. So you have to kind of take that into consideration. Because it's different, my snug, depending on your strength, problem I had when I got out of the military is I was doing Ford experimental engine work, and I used to bodybuild, so my strength was, pretty good. I used to deadlift. Well, I was shooting for 500 pounds, deadlifting 500 pounds. I don't know how far I made it, simply because the book that I used to keep track of all my measurements and weights and my routine and everything, my dickhead brother, Richard, I had a semi-trailer that I had a lot of stuff stored in, and he wanted to use it to store engine parts and stuff like that, so I was like, yeah, okay. And so he moved it from where it was. He had a buddy of his move it. And okay, are we threading here or what? I might have missed a hole on this one. Yeah, it's just spinning. Looks like it's in there though. Anyway, what I wanted to to get some stuff out of the trailer. Oh, I threw all your shit and threw it out. Really a dick move. I had, all my workout equipment was in there. Antique radio from the 50s or 40s, 40 something or whatever it was, that I restored, stand-up old radio. I restored that. That was in there, a table saw, tons of books, all my military clothing was in there. So I don't have any of that now, thanks to that asshole. All of that was in there. I had some paintings that I got from overseas, those were in there. Anyway, there was a lot of valuable stuff in there. My 67 Firebird uses a quadrijet carburetor. I had one that I had bought that was also in the trailer. That's $400 right there, or at least a few years ago it was $400. The air cleaner for my 67 Firebird, they only used it on the Pontiac Tempest, and they used it on the Firebird, the 67 Firebird, for 1 year with a 230 overhead cam engine. They don't even make a replica of that air cleaner. So, yeah, I was pissed about that. It's like he had no right to throw all that stuff out. It just shows you what kind of a prick he was. But anyway, so that's gone too. And so that, yeah, I'm pissed about that because, like I say, you can't even get a duplicate. Nobody even makes, because they only use it for that particular engine on the Firebird for that year. Like I say, the Tempest, they used it on that. But anyway, for the Firebird, well, the Tempest, I do not believe the Tempest had a quadrijet carburetor on it, though. Glenn would probably know that if he's watching this. I don't know if he watches my videos or not, but he would probably know. There you have it. Pretty simple to put together, as you can see. I'm not really sure on the instructions. I can look in it. But it's pretty simple. I mean, it's not like it's, rocket science. So it's pretty simple, but a lot of people would rather watch a YouTube video on doing stuff than to try to figure out the directions, and I understand that. And there you go, one cat tree assembled. Very simple. It took, I don't know, maybe about 30 minutes, but I put part of it together. And the hardest part is bringing the frickin' box in, because I had to bring it in. They dropped it out at the foot of the deck, and it's pretty heavy. I don't know what the weight is. I'd have to translate it. I know it says on the box. It weighs 30 kilograms. So if I say that's right around 30 to 40 pounds, I should be covered. Or if I say, well, that's between 30 and 50 pounds. It weighs, it's bulky, is one of the big issues. I could do a real quick calculation for it, but I don't feel like it. So you figure the thing probably weighs between 30 and 40 pounds, I would say. So it is heavy. So what I did is, because it's such a long way to the stairs on the deck, I just fired the tractor up, which is supposed to be in here but sitting outside. I fired that baby up, put the forks back on it, drove to the deck, loaded it on the forks, and then brought it in through the door. Beat the hell out of carrying it, because I see it is heavy. I mean, it's not, you just can't pick it up and carry it. But anyway, back to Ford, when I used to bodybuild, I was going for a 500-pound deadlift, and I got to 400 something. Could have been 450, could have been 480. I know I was close. I was within probably a month or so of being able to accomplish a deadlift of 500 pounds. So anyway, when I was at Ford, I had to be really careful, because when I would snug up bolts, sometimes I would snap them, because my strength was a lot more than what I thought it was. And I mean, nothing major. I mean, I didn't, I broke some, but then I just started taking it really easy. And then over the years, years. I lost it, got out of bodybuilding. I wanted to get back into it. I have done it on and off through the years to keep in shape, but I always looked good because I did a lot of heavy work. But then I had the cabbage done, you know, the open heart. That'll be a tape for that I'm gonna rant about. I should have just called my site Tom's Rants, so I can rant about a lot of stuff. But that'll be on the VA one with that. But anyway, after the surgery, it kicked my ass. I'll tell you that right now. The doctors would have told me, hey, you are going to be laid up, dude. You know, the pain is going to be nothing like you've experienced in your entire life. Getting your finger crushed? No, that wasn't pain. It was, but I mean, that hurt like hell. But anyway, the cabbage, having that done, you know, they stop your heart and all that stuff. And the only thing I wish I would have done is told the doctor, can you take a picture once you crack me open of my heart? Because that would be cool to have. Yeah, this is a picture of inside of me, you know, that would have been cool. But I didn't even think about it. But anyway, that's how you put the cat tree together. It's pretty simple. It's heavy, the hardest part. I mean, this is a one-person job. Put it together, one person can put it together. You want to hold off putting that one on so you can spin this one on. Just a little thing there that I forgot. Last time I put it together, I did the same thing. So just make sure that you put the side ones on before you put the center tube on. So I'll just unscrew it, you know, from underneath. But anyway, there you go. Like I say, I don't use the scratching pad here. You can see there's 2 bolt holes in there. They bolt on, you know, with the short screws. I don't know where the brackets. Anyway, there's brackets that you screw onto this. You screw the 2 brackets here, and I don't know where they're at. Isn't that funny? Anyway, 2 on here, and once you screw them on here, you go up underneath here, and there's 2 holes underneath here, same size screws, bolt it, you know, so it'll sit like that. But to me, this would be in the way, especially in the garage. So the cats will just use it. Now, what I like and don't like about this. Well, I can complain about the price, like everybody does. So it's a little pricey for particle board and cheap thin carpet. It didn't take long for the cats to rip this carpeting here that's on these tubes. You look at the one that's in the master bedroom, it's bad on all of those. They just tear the hell out of it. But it is cheap thin carpet. And I would say these things are probably made in Japan. I mean China, sorry. So there you go. That's how you put together the PCT18 cat tree. Pretty simple. Once you get it together, it's pretty sturdy. You know, Fido, he's big. He's I forget what his weight is. But anyway, he's a Maine Coon, so he's pretty big and heavy. He jumps up on it. He's the one that has tore all the carpeting on the little scratching post part. He's the one who's shredded that. But anyway, there you go. Pretty simple. The little balls hanging down, these here, they don't last. You know, it's just, I think it's just stapled in. And needless to say, the cat's just shredded. You know, then this one here goes up top like that, and there you go. Nice looking cat tree. A little pricey for being particle board and thin carpeting. Simple to put together. which is always a plus. It's very sturdy. You can, cats can run up and down it and not fall. What I do on a lot of my scratching posts is the rope they shred, especially Fido. So every year or two, probably should do it sooner, I re-rope it. I just buy natural. I don't buy, I just buy natural untreated rope from the big box store. Amazon has it. And I just re-wrap them. That way there, why throw out a perfectly good scratching post when just the rope is shredded. And you can see there's these ones are just staples. The other scratching posts, I use a thicker rope because the cats are big and heavy. So if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. I know it's not interesting. Not all my videos are, but I did this so somebody, when I rate it on Amazon, I don't know if they'll let me put a link in there to the YouTube video. I'll try it and see what happens. They might not. I don't know. Who knows with the big tech. So there you go. That's the PCT18 assembled. Very simple. Took maybe 30 minutes to assemble it. It's a one-person job. Two-person job to get the box into the house or where you need it. It's that, I should tell you what the weight is. Okay, well you can Google it. You figure it's basically 30 kilograms, like I say, between 30 and 40 pounds. So it's fairly heavy, probably closer to 36, 37 pounds. I could be way off. I'm not claiming to be, dead on. So it's heavy. It is sturdy once you put it together, so it is worth buying, yes. One of the ones in the house, my big one, I made that out of a tree. So there you go. That's the PCT 1800. I keep looking at the manual because I don't remember what the model is, so it's sitting on the chair. So it's PCT 1800 or 18. Good cat tree. I'll probably put it over there next to the parts washer. Good for the cats to breathe that. But anyway, there's nothing in the parts washer now, no chemicals. But once the tool crib is pretty much done, other than the ceiling. So I'll get a shot of the sandblasted cabinet when I uncrate that and hook up the reclaimer and the vacuum. I'll do all that. Don't know when. But when I get the office part of the garage done, I'll leave the inside door open so the cats can go in and out of there, and that's probably where I'll have their food, the litter box, the cat tree will probably all be in there. Possibly. I don't know. I may keep the cat tree out here so they can watch me. I can put it over there by the circuit breaker panel so they can actually sit up there and watch what's going on, because they do like doing that. Kosh just crashed right here. Bright Eyes. I think Bright Eyes went upstairs. The calicos might be out. So anyway, hit the thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs up anyway. And I appreciate you watching my YouTube channel, Tech Life Adventures. Like I say, I should do another channel called Tom's Rants, because I can rant on about a lot of stuff. So I'm going to flood it with videos. I think I've got 30 videos on there now. I don't have a big following. I've got like 20 people. But I don't care. I'm just doing it to have something to do. Sit around bored. I did one on a little bit to let you know about me, and the camera said it was recording. And then when I got in the house last night, it wasn't recording, but yet it said it was. So figure that one out. Just like right now, it's probably not recording. No, just kidding. So that one I got to reshoot. I've had to reshoot some other ones because I keep forgetting to turn the mic on. But I don't want to buy an expensive camera. I've got a really good video camera, but it uses tapes. Little miniature tapes. That's a really good camera, but those tapes are getting more and more rare. Everything's gone, freaking digital on cards. And this camera here is just a cheap camera. No name brand. All of them make the same camera. You look at the camera, the specifications, the plastic lenses, they're all the same. They just put different names on it for whoever happens to be saying it's our model. I'd like to get a better one. We don't have to remember to turn the mic on and that. But for the YouTube channel, this is good enough. I don't really use it. Otherwise, I use my good one for actual videotape and stuff I want to save, which really, why save anything, you know, it's like nobody to leave it to. So, but anyway, if you like it, hit the button, thumbs up, click on the B to subscribe, and thanks for watching another one of my boring videos. Alright, I'm not sure if the first part of this recorded or not. Anyway, this is the cat tree. 57 pounds or so, 27 kilograms. Shipping weight's more. What I wanted to show you is on this one here, you put the screw down through the top, and you can see there's a washer and a wing nut right there, and that's how you tighten that down. That little strap hanging down there that you see in the back, what that's for is you attach that to your wall. So let's say you have kids that you don't train, you know, not to climb up on stuff. So if they climb up on this and it falls over, you know, it won't screw them up. So that's what that's for. I've never used them. I've never had any of the cats big enough to knock it over. But that's what that's for, because the government said is you got to put, just like your stoves in your kitchen, there's a strap that has to go on that. So if you let your kids climb up on the stove, it doesn't fall over on them, which I think is ridiculous. That's what the word no is for. Teach them not to do that stuff. That has nothing to do with the cat tree. Yeah, it does. I wanted to show you that strap. So you can screw it to the wall if you don't want to teach your kids not to climb on it. But even a kid climbing on it, it would be pretty hard to knock over. It's pretty stable. And like I say, it's close to 50 pounds. So thumbs up if you like it. If not, I'm going to do other videos. I'm going to do one on the parts washer. I'll do more on the wooden beehives. The Apame hive was pretty popular. Got a lot of hits on that. So I'm going to do one on frames and foundations and all that. I'll probably get more in the spring. I have some bees coming in the spring in April. Package bees and nooks, so I'll show you how to install those. Keep in mind, I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be. Sandblaster. I'm going to get around uncrating that, getting that hooked up. I'll do a review on that. So there's still quite a few reviews, and the series on depression and suicidal tendencies. I'm going to do another series on the VA, on my experience with the VA, and I know that heater's quite loud. So anyway, thumbs up if you like watching it, and appreciate it. And but it's like 0200, so I'm going to head in the house. Thanks for watching.